Good morning, good morning. I am actually paying attention to the road right now, so you probably are going to end up seeing most of the side of my face. I am on I-10 in some pretty crazy traffic. As usual, for anyone that lives in Houston or in any area that has I-10 running through it, you know that highway or interstate's a nightmare all of the time. So anyway, I actually am heading over to one of my rental properties, Airbnb actually. It's funny because they say real estate is not very glamorous, right? It is fruitful. It definitely creates wealth and cash flow. I mean, there's no better thing than cash flow. But it also creates some other things that you have to be considerate of as well, such as your time, right? And if you're going to be actively managing rental properties, then that requires you sometimes going over there and making sure that the job or whatever else that needs to be done is tended to. So that's what I'm doing. About 2:30 yesterday-ish, my guest actually texted me or reached out through the app and said, "Hey, Miss Nicole, I'm so sorry. I wanted to let you know as soon as it happened, but one of the curtain rods came loose as my friend was trying to close the curtains." So I thought, okay, so here I go asking questions like, okay, well, did it come loose or did it come off? And they're like, oh, loose. Okay. I didn't have the heart to continue to ask further questions on how bad is it? Is it hanging, or is it just kind of like, drooping a little bit? So anyway, I texted a guy that I know actually who does my lawn at this property and asked him if he knew any handymen that were in the area. And for things like this, it's really, really tough because it's like a loose toilet paper holder and a curtain rod that needs to be like tightened, and so a lot of times, like, guys or gals, handy people that do this type of work for a living, a lot of times it's not worth their time to go over there to fix a toilet paper holder unless they have some sort of minimum, and they're getting $100 for each visit regardless of what it is that they're actually doing, which is not the case. So too small of a job for him to do. Completely understand, but that means that I get to go over there and do it myself. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys, because as much as you see on social media real estate people that are like, oh, we're making so much money, and they're showing checks and everything else, and they're talking about their cash flow. A lot of times the little things that are happening in the background aren't really mentioned. I say little. This is a 42-minute drive for me to go over to this property one way. So, I don't live, right next door or anything, although that would have made things so much easier. Yes and no. I would never tell my guests that I live next door for obvious reasons. But it makes it to be a little bit of a travel when you own a property that's like close to downtown area, but you've got kids and you live in an area that is not downtown, and you more of like a suburb. So the properties that I tend to invest in are inner city Houston in terms of like residential type stuff. So I don't live in inner city Houston, so it takes a little bit of a drive for me to get to these properties. But I mean, it's kind of part of what you take when you become an active investor. Now, of course, there are other methods to the madness on if you want to, invest in real estate and you want to do so passively, meaning that you are letting someone else, they're called GPs, but letting general partnership team handle everything relating to that deal, so relating to that property. So that boils down to everything from finding the deal, sourcing the deal, underwriting, getting lending secured, doing all of these things, property management, asset management, which are two in the same thing, just keeping eyes on the property to make sure that it is running and maintained properly. And as a passive investor, which I've done myself, and no, not on just our deals, it has been other operators that I know that I've become friends with along the years that I've invested with as well. So there is a way to still be able to get those fun K1s and get the cash flow and all of the benefits to investing in real estate without actually being on the road like me, or any of the other partners that I partner with on real estate transactions. So anyway, just kind of wanted to share that with you guys, just so that you see another part of what it is that we do. Real estate is far from glamorous. As much as the gurus and other individuals want to share all the good parts about it and the benefits and getting paid and all that fun stuff, there's also a lot of crap that you deal with too, and a lot of things that you tend to learn along the way, such as fixing curtain rods and toilet paper holders. But I'm just glad it's not anything more serious. So just want to share that with you guys. So hope everyone has a great day, and I might be doing a little bit more video in the coming months. I don't know, we'll see. I don't tend to like to get on camera too much, but I think that might be how things are going, and it's much easier for me to just go on video and talk while I'm driving and paying attention to the road than trying to write long form content for this. So anyway, have a great day, everyone, and I will